1, 2, 3.
Go.
Good morning, everybody. It's time for Morning Coffee with Sandy.
Woo! What a way to start the day, huh? A little music, a little dancing. New mug. I couldn't resist this mug. I could not resist this mug. It has all the right qualities. It's good saying, both sides, nice and light, fits my coffee, and I like what it says. It's kind of in line with the word art from the other day that said, it takes all kinds, so be kind to all kinds. Yeah. We'll talk about today's word art later, but there's so much to talk about today. Did you watch the replay or the live show from yesterday? If you didn't, you might want to grab that one. A little bit of information about orgasm.
Oh, no.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. You must remember that. We were playing together yesterday, remember? Yeah. We went out to the casita and practiced all those things. Oh, did I say that out loud? I'm sorry. I shouldn't have said that out loud. But we did have a great time in the casita yesterday. You know, good morning, Lauren. Yay. Having that casita out there, it's my little guest house. It's so much fun because sometimes we can just go out and watch TV. We did. Okay. So seriously, there was a movie on when he turned on the TV yesterday out in the casita that I hadn't thought about or seen in years. It was an early film with, what's his name?
Yeah. Tom Hanks.
With Tom Hanks.
Right.
Yeah. I mean, he's like a kid in this movie called Bachelor Party. It's really a miserable, rotten movie. But I knew one of the people in it. Yeah. It was the daughter of someone who worked for me. I talk about hot. I mean, that girl had a body that didn't quit. Anyway, I had to watch it just so I could see her again. And the movie was terrible. I'm not recommending it. And you don't know her, so there's no reason for you to watch it. Okay. Do you know what today is? Today is National Psychic Day, but you knew that, didn't you? Yeah. Woo! Good morning, Stephen. National Psychic Day. I think Stephen is psychic. I do. He seems to answer questions before I even ask him, don't you, Stephen? Yeah, it's a true story. Oh, Lauren, it's good to have you here. Hey, you know what? All jokes aside, I don't know if you're a cat person or a dog person. I think I'm both. I like animals. I can't help it. But today, Indy.
What's today?
Doggist.
Doggist?
Doggist. It's the official birthday of shelter and rescue animals who you don't know the birthday of.
I was thinking, why do they spell it that way? I thought dog is like the doggiest thing in the world, but it's not that, is it?
No, it is not. It's Dogust.
Like UST.
Yeah.
Almost like
August. Yeah. Happy August, everybody. August 1st. Yeah. It's Doggist. So if you have a rescue and you don't know when your rescue's birthday actually is, it's today. It's Doggist.
So we've got 3 doggy birthdays.
We have 3 doggy birthdays to celebrate.
Ill prepared. I didn't bake a cake or anything.
Oh, you didn't?
No.
Well, you'll have to bake dog biscuits.
Okay.
Dog biscuits is what it would take.
All right.
Okay. So it is also National Girlfriend's Day. Now, boys, you can celebrate this any way you want to. But girls, I got to be honest with you. I was pretty grown up before I realized the real value of girlfriends. I always liked boys better than girls growing up. I had 2 brothers. My older brother was my BFF. We used to, I used to be like the mega tomboy of all times, right? I mean, we used to go off and shoot off our our firecrackers and cans and empty lots and climb trees and play guy games. I mean, I was one of the guys. What was that?
Oh, it's dogs barking and howling. It's Doggist Day.
That's the dogs celebrating their birthdays. They're howling for Doggist. Okay, shut those dogs down. Anyway, I was an adult before I realized the value of a girlfriend. Yeah. And so to all of my Indy is playing around and he put dog barking sounds on. I'm sure you heard them. Our dogs thought they were real, and they have now he's discovered a new toy. We are in so much trouble here. The dogs think it's real. They just went outside to save us, to protect the house. I choose kindness, and I won't kill him for that. Anyway, girlfriends who are there for you when you need them, girlfriends who are quiet when you need them to be quiet, girlfriends who just hug you, hold you when that's what you need, and girlfriends who just never shut up, and you love that about them too. Smiles, hugs, caring. Girlfriends. I love my girlfriends.
Me too.
You love your girlfriends too? We need to talk. You're in so much trouble right now. He's in so much trouble right now. Okay, he's found the sound effects. You realize we are in big trouble now. He has found out how to add sound effects to morning coffee. Today should be Hug a Psychic Day. Okay. Lauren's getting ready to do yard work. My biggest yard work is picking up dog poop. I'm not going to lie to you. We have 3 little dogs, and there's these little bombs hiding all over this big yard. It's kind of fun. Well, I mean, fun is probably the wrong word, but I like it because when you finish, you know you completed a task that was very important. Okay, we have Billy too, Billie Jean too, who crows every morning. She thinks she's a rooster. I get that every morning. I don't need it here. Boys and their toys. Oh my God. Okay, what else? It is. Oh, you know what?
Sorry.
It's National Doll Day. Okay, let me turn this around. Okay, up here in the corner, you'll see there's a leg with a shoe on it hanging. Now that looks pretty sick to you, but that's what I have left from my very favorite childhood doll. That's it. Just a record and a leg. That was Melody. Melody, it's doll day, and I must honor her. Right here on my wall. You can't see it very well, but that's the drawing that I did for the Angel Casey television show when I was 6 years old, and they said, draw a picture of your favorite place. And we're having a contest, and you can win. So I drew a picture of my favorite place. Oh, Indy, thank you. This is what I drew when I was 6 years old. I can't believe I was able to do this. And got that? Anyone who has ever been to Chicago will recognize that thing as the great big structure in the middle of Logan Square Park, because I loved Logan Square. I was 6 years old. I did not tell my parents about the contest. I didn't think I had to. I drew my picture. I folded it up, put it in an envelope, and I mailed it all by myself without a stamp because I didn't know about stamps. But I mailed it to the TV show, and I won. And what I won was a walking, talking doll. Now, remember, this is like 1959. Yeah.
Betsy Wetsy.
No, I'll get to that. But Melody was like, she was like 2.5 feet tall. That was like, at that time, the biggest doll anyone had ever seen. And she had, Indy, you would have been fascinated by this. She had a miniature record player in her back, long before miniature record players were a thing. And it was like this big and little tiny records. Okay, since you're here, there's some little records right there. Would you get one?
Those are the ones?
Yeah, well, those are 2 of them. Wow. And it came with, she could sing Twinkle, Twinkle, and I'm trying to think of what else. But she came with these little tiny vinyl records. Yeah. Oh, America ABC. This This is what was on the package with my doll in it. Sandra Schneider, 8832 North Bronx, Skokie, Illinois. Notice there's no zip code. We didn't have zip codes yet. Eensy Weensy Spider and the Lullaby Prayer. And it was like a real record. Seriously, but teeny. And these would go in her back, and then you'd push a button on her back, and it would play the record. And her, what do you call it when you have something like that and they have joints?
Yeah, with joints, articulated.
Articulated, yes. And she was fully articulated in the arms and legs. Oh, she was beautiful. She was wonderful. I loved her. I played with her too much. She fell apart. Yeah.
What year was that?
I think it was 1959, maybe. No, 1956.
And what was the name of the doll?
The doll Melody.
Melody,
like singing.
I was looking at Betsy Wetsy.
No, Betsy Wetsy was this. I had a Betsy Wetsy. Remember Betsy Wetsy?
Sister, that's why I knew that.
Yeah, she was little and she was a baby doll. Melody was like a full-grown person. She was like just and Chatty Cathy. That came a little later. You'd pull the string in the back and my favorite doll before Melody, when I was really little, I got at they called it an antique store, but it was really a thrift store, I think, near where my grandma lived in Lone Square. And her name was Annette, and she cost $2 whole. Yeah. And she was a bride. Annette, the bride doll. What is that?
This is the Betsy Wetsy television commercial from the 1950s. Betsy Wetsy was invented in 1934.
Seriously?
Yeah, how about that?
Wow, no, I didn't know she was that old. I thought she came like later. I had one of those. You'd feed her milk from this little bottle, and then it would come out the other end and wet her diaper.
You can play Mommy right now with ideal Betsy Wetsy. Betsy Wetsy cries real tears. She drinks from her own bottle just like a real baby. And you'll love the soft touch of her baby pink skin.
It was soft.
Of course, like all little babies, Betsy Wetsy wets and needs to be changed. And just think of all the fun you'll have giving Betsy Wetsy her bath.
She was all that.
Doing her rooted saran hair. Ask your mommy to get you Betsy Wetsy, and then you can be a mommy too.
Oh.
Betsy Wetsy by Ideal comes complete with layette in 4 sizes, priced from $5.95. You'll find Betsy Wetsy and lots of other wonderful Ideal toys at your favorite toy department now.
It's a wonderful toy. It's Ideal.
That was awesome. Thank you. Hey, Stephen, we could use this on your Facebook page. Yeah, Annette Funicello was a doll too. Actually, I think I had a little miniature Annette Funicello doll. So my favorite doll was Annette. I was talking about Annette. She was beautiful. I have no idea what happened to her, but she was a bride, for crying out loud. And I was like 7 years old, 4 years old, whatever. I thought she was absolutely gorgeous. You remember your favorite dolls, don't you? I was not a huge Barbie fan. When I was in like the 5th or 6th grade, my girlfriends all had tons of Barbies. I had like 2 Barbies and 3 outfits. I don't know why I wasn't a Barbie kid, but I like babies. I've always liked baby dolls. Yeah, I do.
Make a confession?
Yeah, you had a doll?
I did.
What kind of doll did you have? Come on, fess up.
It was a Joey doll.
Uh-oh. Did you seriously have a boy doll?
Yeah, I was given a boy doll, Joey.
Did that make you grow up and like boys better than girls?
No, it was like, what do you do with this? Like having a teddy bear, I guess.
No kidding.
Yeah.
Well, I bought Cabbage Patch dolls for each of my kids. And I bought a boy Cabbage Patch doll for Michael and a girl Cabbage Patch doll for Donnie. They love them. I have the cutest pictures of them with their Cabbage Patch dolls.
They hadn't yet started calling them action figures for boys.
That's how they started. That's how they made them sell. That is actually what happened. They had dolls for boys for quite a long time. And it wasn't until they started calling them action figures that they actually started selling. Okay, one more doll I want to tell you about. When I was a little girl, Fritzy and I, my mama, we used to play pretend games a lot. I'd forgotten that because she was such a boy mom. It's like I don't have all those squishy, let's do our hair, let's do our nails memories because she wasn't that kind of mom. She was the Boy Scout leader mom, you know? So I joined Boy Scouts because there were boys there. No. Anyway, we played this game. I had this character all through elementary school. You could ask some of my friends because they were in on it too. And my name was Janie, and I was a little girl, and I was always getting in trouble because I was full of energy. And so I always did things and got other people to do them with me and be in trouble with me. And my very best friend when I was Janie was named Matilda. Yeah, some people say Matilda, but I called her Matilda. That was my best friend. And that was Fritzy. And then one day about, I'm going to say 30 years ago, I don't know where I was, but there was this crazy wild doll named Matilda. So I would say 30 or maybe, oh no, I don't even think I had kids yet. So it's probably 50 years ago. I bought this little doll named Matilda. And do you know Fritzy takes it with her wherever she goes? She still has it in her room. When I do the next remote in Fritzy's room, I will show you Matilda. Yeah, Matilda was special. So guys, I don't know if you remember your toys. I remember a lot of my toys, but I remember all my dolls.
What about Barbie dolls?
About who?
Barbie doll.
Yeah, I wasn't a big fan of Barbie.
Barbie doll theme song.
I don't even remember it. Maybe it came later. I don't know. Barbie. I mean, this is way too hip and cool to have been me, right?
Yeah,
Oh, I had one other kind of doll. If you were from the Chicago area, oh no, I guess you could be from anywhere. It was a candy company in Chicago. It wasn't C's Candy. Mrs. Somebody or other's candy. It was very famous. Whatever it was, my grandma worked for that company. And they had candy dolls. Could you look up candy dolls and see if that's a thing? I don't know if that's what they called them, but
Candy
they
dolls.
were these little dolls, like 5-inch dolls, 8-inch dolls, no, about 5-inch dolls, and they all were different colors. So you'd get this adorable little pink doll with a pink outfit and pink hair, and a blue hair and a blue outfit. And they were beautiful. They were kind of like Madame Alexander dolls. Yeah. Oh, they were awesome. And I had every color because Mrs. Stevens. It was Mrs. Stevens chocolates. That's what it was. And my grandma works there. Well, Marlene, good morning. Of course you had a redheaded doll, you redheaded darling, you. And then, now they have dolls that look just like you and dress just like you. And yeah. And you could spend hundreds and hundreds of dollars on a doll instead of $5.95.
Well, there's Candy Locks dolls, and there's a Dora doll candy.
No. This is back in the 50s. This is back in the 50s.
Okay.
Maybe you have to look for vintage. It's also Sisters' Day. Speaking of girlfriends, you guys have sisters?
Yeah.
I always wanted a sister. I never had a sister. Maybe that's why I love girlfriends so much right now. Yeah. I always wanted a sister to fight with and confide in and be like. Yeah. I don't have a sister. Ferrara candy. Yeah, but that's different. This was like Mrs. Stevens was like C's Candy. You would buy boxes of candy and pick out the candies you wanted. And on Easter, even though we were Jewish, I got these like amazing Easter baskets. No, seriously, like amazing, huge Easter baskets. And I don't know what you call them, but those not little ones. They were giant candy eggs, and you would peek inside and there'd be a whole scene inside made out of candy. Oh, they were awesome. Did I get too excited about candy? For someone who doesn't eat candy, I loved those things. Yes. Yes, totally wonderful. Whew. Should we move on?
Yeah, I can't find much 50s candy doll.
I can borrow your sister, make an offer. Thank you. All right, we're moving on. It is World Wide Web Day. I think I told you that years and years ago, I was paid $50 to be in a focus group about this new thing that they had. And they set us each in front of a computer and told us about this thing called the World Wide Web. and had us play for about an hour and then asked us questions. And I said it was too hard and too confusing and it would never catch on. I'm so glad that they didn't pay according to how smart you were. What's that?
That was just feedback. Sorry.
Oh, feedback. Sorry. Okay, let's see what else. Francis Scott Key, it's his birthday. He's the guy who wrote the Star Spangled Banner. But get this, he wasn't a musician first. He was a lawyer. Huh, interesting. Herman Melville's birthday. I remember me reading Moby Dick. Yeah. What's the first line of Moby Dick? It's classic.
Call me Moby.
No, call me Ishmael.
There you go.
Call me Ishmael.
Who was Ishmael?
I don't know. Who was he?
He was the guy on the boat he was the worker on the boat who was watching Captain Queeg and telling the story about the old sailor.
That's why this guy's here. Between Indy and Steven, I don't have to know anything. I just have to leave it up to them. Who needs Google when I've got Indy, right? Yeah. Let's see. Oh, wait. You know whose birthday it is? Jerry Garcia.
That's right. What year was he born? Do you not know it? Don't look.
I don't have it written down. I'm gonna guess Jerry Garcia was about 1945.
Close.
How close?
He's a little older than that.
42.
Exactly.
Back in 42 when bread was a nickel and so was old what's his name? Yeah. Jerry Garcia.
He was 10 years older than I.
That's Grateful Dead for those of you who slept through the 60s, right? And of course, I remember the day he died because I was astounded that Ben and Jerry's ice cream, that they came out with that flavor just for him called Cherry Garcia. Yeah, it's still a thing.
It is.
It is still a thing. I guess it's really popular. Just like Deadheads are still following something.
Fish.
What? Fish?
P-H-I-S-H.
Oh, fish.
Yeah.
That fish. Yeah. Donnie, my daughter, was a huge fish fan. We had fish stickers all over her door.
And Ben and Jerry's also now makes fish food.
No, I didn't know
One
that.
of their flavors, yes.
Fish food ice cream. I can't.
P-H-I-S-H.
Yeah, that's not F-I-S-H. It's P-H-I-S-H, fish. Like the band, right? It's the anniversary of the death of Calamity Jane. I love the thought of Calamity Jane. We don't have a whole lot of Western female heroes, do we? But Calamity Jane, here's my favorite Calamity Jane quote. You ready? If a girl wants to be a legend, she should just go ahead and be a legend. She should go ahead and do it. Yeah, she should go ahead and be one. I think she went all Nike on it before there was even a Nike. Calamity Jane. I don't know if the movies are really tell the truth about her, but I loved her in the movie. Yeah. Also, Coolio's birthday. I wanted this Coolio, the rapper. You've seen him. You know who he is. Yeah. I had Alexis play some music by him the other day so I could be excited about it to share it with you. I kept saying, next song, please. Next song, please. Next song, please. Turns out, not my favorite kind of music. So he might be really good at it, but oh yeah, Annie Oakley. Did you used to watch Annie Oakley? I forgot about Annie Oakley. Annie Oakley. I loved Annie Oakley. Calamity Jane, and there was also Annie Oakley. Okay. Did you watch the TV show? I did. Yeah, I mean, there weren't that many girl heroes who were girl action figures, right? Boom. She was such a good shot. All right. Now, unless it's something that's really bizarre, I don't usually handle marriages and divorces that happened on this day. But I got two for you today, and they both really blew me away. The first one is Janet Leigh. Janet Leigh, who at one time was married to Tony Curtis, my love. And they had, yes, you know who, she's hot. Anyway, Janet Leigh got married the first time in 1942. We're big on 1942, aren't we?
Quite a year.
It was a big year. She got married at 1942. Hello, at age 14. She got married for the first time at age 14. Yeah. Hold on one second. Save that thought. Marlene, good morning. And yes, we do have a few female action figures, action heroes. And you just came up with two great ones. The Bionic Woman, but you'll notice she followed the Bionic Man. Wonder Woman. Okay, I give you Wonder Woman. She's amazing. But there's like Supergirl, but she came after Superboy. Like that. It's like we need. Oh, wait, there was an animated cartoon movie. Oh, I loved it. Come on, you can help me with this one, Marlene, because she's the one who had all the red hair. What was her name? It was an animated cartoon, and the hero, I think her dad was Scott. He was a Scot, maybe? Oh, she was such a great hero. I love that movie. Somebody help me. It was an animated full-length feature. Uh-oh, I think that you didn't type it right because it's something brave. And I think you're on the right track. But she had lots of gorgeous red hair. Come on, you can do this. Help me with this. All right, female heroes. We're looking for female action heroes. So, it was something, Brave, maybe even the name of it. It may have just been Brave. Indy, would you check the movie Brave and see what
That's really recent.
Yes, it's like within the last 5 years or so-ish. Oh, I love that movie. Love that movie. Okay, we're going to find out. Indy's on it. He's Googling right now. So the second wedding or divorce thing I wanted to share with you, this is a good one. Elizabeth Taylor divorced Richard Burton for the second time. She was married. Oh, no, I don't know how many times she was married. It was her sixth divorce, and she divorced him twice. And that biatch, she stole Eddie Fisher from Debbie Reynolds, and I still haven't forgiven her for that. And then divorced him, too. I don't know. She was a pain in the neck. What a troubled figure.
Brave was a 2012 American computer animated fantasy film by Pixar and Disney Pictures.
And does it say what the heroine's name was?
Well, here's the thing. It does say that's surprising. It was directed by a man, co-directed by a man. The story is by the man. The screenplay was by men. The film was produced. Oh, there's a female producer, Catherine somebody, and John and Andrew and Pete. And the voice cast features Kelly MacDonald, Bill Connolly, Emma Thompson.
Is it? Oh, I think you're right. I think Marlene's got it. Is it Princess Merida? Merida?
Sixth birthday.
Which always made me uncomfortable because it sounded like merde, which is
Merida.
Shit. And yeah. But terrible name. Terrible name. Just I would have called her Mary. Princess Mary. Anyway, she was awesome. Voiced by Kelly MacDonald. Yeah. Merida. What a terrible name for a princess.
16-year-old princess been forced to betroth to strengthen the bond of a kingdom.
There you go.
Oh, yeah, she was.
Seriously, that is my thumbs up, 2 thumbs up recommendation for today. Go watch Brave. If you probably skipped it because you thought it was a kid movie. It isn't. Yeah, it isn't. It's so awesome. Every little girl, every little boy should see that movie. And so should we grown-ups. It's awesome. Please go watch it. What else? Oh, this was so cool. Indy, do you know what happened in 1981? Well, a lot of things, but something that we think of as just like part of the air now. MTV.
Oh, yeah.
MTV first broadcast in 1981. Do you know why I think that's important?
What?
Guess who did the balloons for their grand opening celebration? Bam! This kid. Yeah, I did. It was like a $10,000 job. It was one of the biggest jobs I've ever done. Seriously. And it was the easiest job I've ever done. It just took a really long time. Okay, it wasn't $10,000. It was like $5,000. But back then, it was a lot of money.
So it was music TV. What was the first song that was played on?
The first song was.
Don't cheat.
I can't remember their name, but it was Video Killed the Radio Star. Video Killed the Radio Star.
By the Bungles.
By the Bungles, right. Yeah. Okay, so the party was in this, I can't remember which hotel it was, but it was in this enormous ballroom, like the biggest ballroom I'd ever seen. And our job was to cover the ceiling with balloons, with the silver Mylar balloons, which were a new thing back then. We had those giant 3-foot balloons, you know what I mean? They were like huge. And then we had the smaller ones. And all we did for hours and hours and hours was blow up Mylar balloons and let them go on the ceiling. And all I kept thinking was, I would hate to be the person who had to clean it up, because it was days. And in the case of those big balloons, weeks before, months. Okay, here's what we used to say about the 3-foot Mylar balloons. You ready, Indy?
Yeah.
This was good. When we would sell one of those 3-foot Mylar balloons and people would say, how long will that last? Here's what we would tell them. Well, when the balloons start to come down, you better pack, because the end of the world is near. That's how long they last. I mean, they'd last for over a year. Seriously, they were amazing. They were amazing. But we learned all kinds of ways to fish balloons down. We're good at that too. Okay, enough of that. No, I don't think it was today that Charles and Diana got married. We already covered that. I think it was yesterday or the day before, Stephen. Maybe they were still celebrating. Oh, but this was important in my house. Here we go. You ready? In 1996, George R.R. Martin published, drum roll. Do we have a drum roll? Published Game of Thrones and allowed my life to go on. I read all the Game of Thrones books. I forget what they were called. There was a whole series. Because my godson, who I'm going to see this week, I can't wait. He's visiting from Canada. My godson, Danny Blaze, I love that boy and I can't wait to see him. He's my first godchild.
He's coming here?
He's coming, no, to LA. That's why I'm going to LA, to see my Danny Blaze.
Oh, I see.
He's coming down here with his girlfriend, Freddie, and I've never met her before.
The things I learn on Coffee Talk.
I know. Isn't that amazing? I forgot to tell him. Yes, I am going to dinner with my old Tuesday night dinner friends in LA, but I'm going because Danny Blaze is going to be here. My Danny. Okay, so wait, what was I talking about? Oh, when Danny was a young teenager, we used to have dinner with his family every Tuesday night, right? Every Tuesday night for like 15, 20 years. I don't know. And Danny, my number one godchild, not the oldest in the family, but my number one godchild, used to say to me, Annie, because that's what they called me. Instead of, I wasn't Grandy yet, because Max wasn't even a thought at the time. So I was Annie, I got a book you need to read. And I'd look at it and I'd say, Danny, come on. I'm not interested in vampires. I'm not interested in this. And he'd say, don't you want to have something to discuss with your number one grandchild, your number one godchild? And he'd get me with that line every time. So I'd take his stupid books, and they were never stupid. He always picked the most amazing books. Hunger Games. He's the one who got me to read the Hunger Games and Ready Player One. And I mean, whatever my Danny told me to read, I read, because it was also awesome. I'm planning on bringing a pencil and paper so I get some new ones to read. Uh-oh, does that mean it's almost time to quit?
This is Video Killed the Radio Star.
Oh, Video Killed the Radio Star. We're still back on MTV.
Well, you're doing the video. It's killed the radio.
Oh, that's right. Why would you watch radio? You can't see anything, but here we can play. This is intro, our outro to the word art for today, which is, of course, I made mistakes. I still make mistakes. Oh, well, live and learn. Isn't that the value of a mistake? Sometimes our mistakes turn out to be the best things we ever did. Uh-oh. My going out music went out. Hey, Indy, join me, will you, with a sip?
There you go.
And a smile. See you tomorrow, my friends. Bye-bye.